Hey folks, a study by the American Psychological Association revealed that most people from Gen Z and millennials see money as a major source of stress because if it's right there after payday, many end up financially distressed. And what causes 95% of people not to be able to follow a simple plan to improve their finances? When getting the salary, one wants to reward themselves, but this is precisely the attitude that can lead to lack of financial control. To avoid falling into these traps, in today's video, I'm going to teach 5 steps to get rich on a low salary, according to the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett. In addition, I'll show you how to apply this plan to achieve financial security and avoid the pitfalls of impulsive shopping. Watch the video until the end to discover all these secrets. Remember, leave all your doubts in the comments below and I'll answer them individually. The first step is to deposit money into your checking account. Some people don't receive their salary directly into their account, and this can complicate things. When money is in hand, it becomes harder to control oneself. Remember, your salary already comes with tax deductions and possibly some money for retirement. What remains is what you can actually use, your disposable income. The issue is when this money arrives in cash and you have to deposit it yourself. It may seem laborious, but trust me, this step is very important and will make sense later in the video. The second step is to pay off your high-interest debts. People usually have 5 types of debt: credit cards, short-term loans, student loans, medical loans, and mortgages, or in this case, the famous real estate financing. But actually, it's the credit cards and short-term loans that have the highest interest rates and should be paid off first. These debts end up consuming the money you could be accumulating, especially because interest rates can reach 18% considering the reality of the United States, and in Brazil, these rates can be even higher, ensuring only the creditors benefit while you remain stuck in debt. I mentioned the United States because we've been talking about Warren Buffett, right? But in Brazil, the interest rates are significantly higher. Owing money with high interest is something you should avoid at all costs. Personally, I'm against any kind of debt, and I believe people would be happier if they didn't have it, particularly credit card debts. But managing credit cards is feasible provided you pay on the same day. I use it quite a lot, only that I pay on the same day and earn what? Miles, right? To exchange for trips, but that's a topic for another video. Does it make sense to pay 18% interest on borrowed money, sometimes even more? If you have savings, a good strategy is to invest in index funds regularly instead of paying high interest. You might think paying off debt should be your priority as soon as you get your paycheck, but there's a catch. Imagine that you paid off your debts, but suddenly a health emergency arises, for example. If you don't have an emergency reserve of 6 months of your living costs, you could end up in debt again. Therefore, the ideal is to pay off the minimum debts, the high interest ones, and build up an emergency reserve. Only then start aggressively paying off all debts. The trickiest part, however, is resisting the temptation to use your credit card after you've paid off the debt. For example, if you receive your salary and forget to set aside an amount for gas, you might end up using your credit card to fill up, canceling all the effort of having paid off the debt. The best way to avoid this is to fill up as soon as you receive your paycheck. It doesn't matter if the stand is full or not. Before I delve in deeper, just a quick thing. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, it greatly helps and keeps you all updated. We're here every day discussing these subjects and doing our best to keep you informed. Your likes and subscriptions help this project to grow, and the bigger it gets, the more fascinating videos I can bring to you all. Agreed? Thanks for the subscriptions, for the likes. Let's move on. Third step is to invest your money. Controlling spending, simplifying, and saving is key. Getting rich isn't complicated, okay? Many people don't thrive because of a lack of knowledge, and that's exactly what I want to share with you in this video. That's why it's crucial that you watch the video until the end, because the best advice is yet to come. Once you've put together the emergency reserve and paid off the high interest debts, it's time to start investing. The rule is to allocate at least 15% of your income to investments. That is, for every dollar earned, 15 cents must be invested. For example, for every $100, $15 must be invested. There are several ways to invest depending on your risk profile, but a good starting point is to open a checking account specifically for your investments with a broker. So 15% of your salaries will automatically, remember that word automatically, be earmarked for this account, ensuring that the money is ready to be invested and not spent on a whim, right? In temptation, for those who accept a bit more risk in pursuit of larger investments, the stock market is an option. Invest consistently every month, buying in both the good times and the bad times. Solid companies tend to grow over time. It's not a recommendation if I buy companies that I use on a daily basis. Apple, Google, McDonald's, Johnson & Johnson, Amazon, Starbucks, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, even though I don't drink much. But Coca-Cola isn't just Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Disney, for example. When you see a Marvel movie, you subscribe to Disney Plus, among others. Instead of a separate checking account, you can opt for a brokerage account that automatically invests a portion of your salary. Just tell the broker you want to invest 15% of your income and the investment will be made automatically. You can set it up yourself in the app. That way, you won't even notice that the money is being invested since it's going directly to your investments. Watch your wealth grow over the years. The main takeaway from this video is to invest regularly for the next 20, 30, or 40 years. Don't complicate it, just get started. If your goal is to build wealth and ensure a smooth retirement, any serious financial professional will confirm that this is a great strategy for most people. The fourth step is to increase your savings. As you count down to the next paycheck, having a cash reserve is essential. You definitely don't want to run up your credit card debt or get involved in high interest debt. Having an emergency fund provides a sense of security and peace to face challenges without resorting to loans. In addition to allocating 15% of your earnings to investments, it's also important to save 10% to bulk up your emergency fund. Ideally, you should have saved up 3 months salary if it's fixed or 6 months if it's commission based. So if your monthly expenses are, for example, $3,000, the goal is to have between $9,000 and $12,000 saved for any rainy day. Does that sound right? I hit it right on. I said it off the top of my head. I didn't use a calculator. A tip for knowing how much to save: if you're single or cohabiting, 3 months reserve might be sufficient. Remember, this is if your salary is steady. If you have a family, it's smarter to aim for 6 months, maybe 9 months. If you want to be even more careful, save up 12 months, because then the idle money starts to lose value due to inflation. Remember, you're gathering this gradually, right? Put aside 10%, 15% for investment, 10% for emergency reserve. Having this reserve is essential to deal with unexpected events, whether they are small or big, without them causing you significant financial problems. When you get there, you can pat yourself on the back. That's a big achievement. You're managing your debt smartly. The fifth step is critical. Spend your money wisely. Only 5% of people set clear goals and achieve significantly higher success than the other 95%. Did you know that this same group makes financial plans while the vast majority does not? Is having a budget crucial to controlling your financial future? It doesn't matter so much the amount you receive, but how you manage it. With well-done planning, it is possible to avoid debt, save, and invest intelligently, paving the way for financial success and security. Then join this select group that takes over the reins of your finances and moves towards financial freedom. There are two main types of spending: needs and wants. Needs should always come first. then the emergency reserve, then the investments, and then you can add the rate of the desires of your purchases. The challenge is deciding how to use the rest of the money. First, it's important to distinguish between what's really needed and what's just a want. Although it seems obvious, the financial reality of many people shows otherwise. I always go to the mall. When I want something, I go home. I think about it for 1, 2, 3 days. Then if that desire continues, it might be a need. It has to be justified. Needs are essential items for your everyday life, while desires are merely superfluous. For instance, you might need a car to commute to work, but not necessarily the newest model from Mercedes or Audi. Likewise, a cell phone is essential, but you don't have to have the latest release from Samsung or Apple unless it's your job, like how my job involves recording high-quality videos for you. Remember to question the actual necessity of each item before buying it. Focus on what is essential and avoid splurging on wants until your financial situation is stable, or even better, until you achieve financial independence. Leave your ideas and questions in the comments. I would love to discuss the subjects of the video with you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe. There are suggestions for the next videos that you should watch appearing here. See you in the next video. Until then.